recording. All right. So today, guys, do you know, or what do you expect from today, guys? What do you expect?
Erase.
Arrays. So today is the final day for practicing arrays. So recap arrays 1, recap arrays 2, and then on Friday, it's a class with Bahabaike. So it's a final recap of arrays. Final recap of arrays. And I've checked already almost all of the assignments. I didn't check only the last one, which is day 32 and day 33. What do you think, guys? For example, when did we learn the arrays, guys? When was it? Was it last week or this week? This week, Monday, yeah? Right,
Yeah.
let's say it's Monday this week. I gave you some problems, Java problems, and then we solved them. Maybe you solved them yourself, and then I showed you the solution. And then let's say it's Tuesday. On Monday, I gave you some home assignments. On Tuesday, we again make some recap. We solve some Java problems. And it's Thursday, this day. And what do you expect? Do you expect on Thursday the same easy problems that like we had on Monday, or they should be a little bit more complex? What do you expect from Thursday?
Thursday today.
It's today, yeah, Thursday. It should be a little more complex, right? But if you guys didn't solve the assignments, if you didn't submit the assignments, you won't be able to solve this a little bit more complex tasks. You should solve them, submit them, and then we can proceed to a little bit more complex, to a little bit more Java complex tasks. Otherwise, like there is no outcome. If I give you the problem, you will just do something, wait until I solve it, you see the solution, and that's it. There's no outcome from this. For example, let me just take this.
Days, maybe.
No, I will not solve this assignments for you.
Yeah,
No. I have another list of tasks because every time I prepare some tasks. Okay. Probably later. But right now, let me introduce you something. Right here. All right. Have you ever heard, guys, something like an anagram? Anagram. Maybe you heard. How about you guys? Team Ulanbayke Klaraca. Have you ever heard this thing? Anagram. No? Online students, have you ever heard this thing? Anagram. It's okay if you haven't heard. So, okay, you haven't heard. I'll explain something about anagram right now. It's some concept. It's some Java problem from real interviews. From real interview, you might be, there is a chance, maybe 1%, maybe 5% of chance. There is a probability that you might face this problem in the interview. So anagram is something like this. Let me just look up here something. All right, please don't look up this in the internet. Don't find no need to find its solution, how to solve anagrams, please. So anagram, guys, is a combination of two words. Anagram is something like this. when you have two strings. Can you please give me any two strings? Any two strings. First, you can give me one string. Let's make it a word, not a name.
Text state.
Okay, tech state. I need one more word. Huh? October? Okay. Very soon it's gonna be October, right? All right, October. What do you think, guys? Which word out of these two words has more characters in it? Text state, right? So let me write here what is an anagram. Anagram, it is a combination of two words where the length and number of characters, so where the length and frequency of characters is the same. Where the length and frequency of characters is the same. Where the length is the same and the frequency of characters. So, text state in October. What do you think? Are these two anagrams or not? Ziyade says yes. Why do you think yes?
Anagram is one word, one letter meets several signs. Combination of words.
Tim, do you think these two words are anagrams? Wambake, do you think these two words are anagrams? No, why?
So it's a meaning of the translation and not different.
Sequence of characters is different. And length different.
Anagram, it's a combination of two words where the length is the same and where the frequency of characters is the same. Do we meet these two conditions? No, we don't meet. Do we meet at least one of these conditions? Yeah, which one? No? No?
Combination of two
Here-
words.
Here, the length is different. Yeah. We are comparing these two words, text state and October. These two are not anagrams. Let me give you one more pair of words. Listen and silent. Are these two anagrams? What do you think?
Yes.
Why do you
they
think
are.
these two are anagrams?
First of all, the length is the same, yeah?
Length is the same.
And then the elements are same.
And then here in the listen, we have L character or L letter only one time. It's repeated. In this silent, the same. L is repeated only one time. I is repeated one time in each of these words. How about this word? Heard and earth. Do you think these two are anagrams? Yeah?
Yes. Anagrams.
Okay. Yep, exactly. How about this? How about this phrase? Let's try this. Word and then door. Are these two anagrams?
No.
No.
How many of these conditions we have met here?
One. Length is
One
the
of
same.
them. The length is the same, but the frequency of each character is not the same. O here is repeated only one time, but here it's repeated 2 times. All right, how about this one?
It's anagram.
Yeah, it's an anagram. You might be given this question in the interview. Like this. Like, you are given 2 strings. We give you 2 strings. You'll need to check, are these 2 strings anagrams or not? And then you use various things. You might use a for loop, arrays to find it out. But we are gonna come to this anagrams back at the end of the class. All right. We're gonna come to this anagrams back at the end of the class. Okay. Let me open this. All right. Agenda for today, guys, it's arrays, questions and answers about arrays, array manipulation concepts, and then practice tasks. So question number 1, Ziad Hocam. What's an array?
The collection of elements.
It's a collection of elements.
But
You have time to think. You have time to think, like 10, 15 seconds. We have already, okay.
When we provide array elements, it's fixed size.
I didn't, okay,
Yeah.
let's try it from 0. What's an array?
Array is. What's the definition? I really forgot.
Okay, Tim, what's an array?
Collection of elements.
All right, it should be a full sentence. Well, Mbaike, what's an array?
Array, the collection of elements and a fixed size legal structure.
Okay, can you repeat it one more time? Array is a collection of elements.
Size data structure.
All right, it's fixed size data structure. Yeah, yeah, it is. Array is a data structure of fixed size. Next question. Claraja, how do you declare an array in Java? You have 5, 10 seconds to think. How do you create an array in Java? Data type, square brackets, name, right? Name, assignment operator, okay. Value. It could be values, or it could be new int and then size. Is it true or not? There are 2 ways. Data type and then in square brackets size, yeah? There are 2 ways. Tim, are arrays a primitive or non-primitive data type?
Non-primitive.
They're non-primitive?
Yes, non-primitive.
For example, you create int and then square brackets. Is it a non-primitive or primitive data type?
We have primitives that were 8.
There are 8, okay. Okay.
Arrays, I think not primitive.
Non-primitive, but there we use int. Int. Is it a primitive data type?
Right.
Yeah, so why array is not a primitive one? The answer is it's not primitive. because it doesn't store only one value. It stores multiple values. And it uses it. There you can use with arrays this keyword new, and then int, or new and then something. Can you use new keyword with primitive variables? Like int number and then new. Can we use new keyword with primitive data types? No. This is how you can prove it. All right. Chinar, can we change the size of an array once it's created in Java?
No, we can't. Size is fixed.
All right. Yep, we cannot. I don't know. What do you think? What's the length of an array in Java?
The length can be different.
Length is how, let's say we have there 5 elements. Is it true that the length is 4?
No, length is 5.
Yeah.
It's
Length
the number of
of an
elements.
array is the number of elements inside it.
Right.
All right. What if I create this array? Numbers, new int 5.
So it
What's
means
the
that
number of, okay,
it means the length of the array should be 5. So number of elements, like 5 number of elements.
okay. Do you think the length of this array now is 5 or not?
Yes, it's 5.
But we didn't assign values yet.
Yes, we didn't assign, but the length is already given, that it's 5, but then the user can put values later on, but it should be 5.
Yeah, it is 5 because there are default values. What are the default values for this array? Default values are the values that are set automatically. You don't assign them, they are set automatically. What are the default values for this array?
0?
Zeros, yeah, 5 zeros. You don't know? 5 zeros. So inside this numbers array, there are 5 zeros, right? 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. All right, how about the default values for this one? For this string
Now?
array? Yeah, 5 nulls. 5 nulls. Okay. All right. Tim, what is the default value for an array string? Like string null. Okay, how about if it's Boolean?
0. Oh, Boolean, null,
Boolean null.
Boolean, true or false.
So if for int it is 0, then for Boolean,
False.
Boolean is a primitive variable. Okay, it's something new for you. I'm sure you don't know it. So int is a primitive data type, right? Inside int variable, you can never store a null. You can never store a null. Null and primitive variable are two different things. We cannot store null inside the primitive variable. All right, what's the default value for Boolean? Is it null? Boolean cannot store numbers. It should be false. It should be false. Yeah. Default value for Boolean array are false values. All right. What are some common operations performed on array? What are the common operations we can perform on an array? Yeah, what are the common operations? If you have int number equals 5, common operations with this int number 5 are like you can make sum, you can subtract. These are the operations. How can I call accessing an element as an operation?
Yes, we can.
All right, accessing an element from array is an operation. How about modifying an element in the array? Is it an operation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an operation. How about
Finding the length.
traversing an array, displaying each element from the array? It's an
Yes.
operation. So there are lots of operations. Okay. How can you display array elements in reverse order? Ziyadece, how can you display array elements in reverse order? Okay, yeah, we can use for loop. Okay,
Then I less than 0. Then I increment. Oh, maybe. Oh, not length minus 1.
okay,
Then I less than 0. Then we are decrementing.
decrementing. So what's the condition? I is what? The condition.
I is less than or equal 0.
No. No.
Reverse.
It's greater than.
Oh, greater than.
Yeah.
Greater than or equal.
You should be able to write some code here, guys. In the interview, they will not give you IntelliJ IDEA to write. They'll give you just some text document like this one. But of course, they will not consider as an error if you just forget to put there a semicolon. But you should be able to write the code without auto-completion. Like when you write some main, when you write main, does it create public static void main method for you? When you write main, yeah. You should know how does that main method look like. It is public static void main, and then here we have string args. This is the method. This is a main method.
So we should always remember each of them on the interview.
It's good if you know it, of course, because it is something that you create every day. You should be creating every day. That's why it's something like a routine. What happens if you try to access an index that's out of bounds in an array, Ailita? What happens if you try to access an index that's out of bounds in an array? You have an array of 5 elements, and what happens if you try to access 9th element? We have 5 elements. What happens if you try to access the 9th element? We cannot. And what happens?
Given bound exception. Not
Error.
There will be an error. It will cause an error. Yeah, you can say there's going to be an error. You won't be able to run it. All right. Later, right now, we learned array. Array is a data structure, fixed size data structure. Later, we're going to learn another type of array, which is flexible. It can get bigger and it can get smaller. We can remove from their elements, not just modify them, making them 0. We can make it bigger, we can make it smaller, but this one we learn a little bit later. All right. You should.
May I ask that?
Mhm.
Always the type is same, right?
Always what?
Type is same.
Data
For
type is
example, is it
zero.
always numbers or always characters?
Yeah.
Not mix of the.
Yeah, in the, let's say this one is basic array version. Let's say the pro version. In the pro version, yeah, it's again only of the same data type, but we can add as many as you want. Like if you create it to have 5 elements, later you can make it to store 10 elements. Yeah, but yeah, but not always. Later, like you can create your own pro version where you can store integers, strings, and booleans in the same data structure. You can. All right. These are basic key concepts about arrays you should always remember. Array is a data structure that stores collection of elements of the same data type. An array has fixed size. Lengths can't be changed. It's set at the same type at the time of declaration. When you create your array, this is the moment when the size is given. An array accessing or modification can be done only using the indexes. The last one, is it true? Maybe there is a mistake here.
No, it's true.
It's correct. We always access or change the value using the array indexes. Using the array indexes. Okay, let me. All right, let's open, guys, the IntelliJ IDEA and create here package day 35. All right. Do you know? Yeah, first create it. Ince, I was looking here for some anagram words in the beginning of the class, and then look what I found. There is a website called Ince, incesanagram.com. Yeah, it's just it was random thing. Yeah. Okay. So, all right, did you create the package day 35? All right, let's say, guys, I have an array. I have an array of numbers. There are 5 int numbers. And let's say the array name is numbers. The array name is numbers. What happens if I write this statement? System out print line numbers, and I run the code. Will it display me all elements inside the array?
Numbers? No.
I have an array already. Yeah, doesn't matter how did I create it. I have an array. There are 5 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then next statement is system out print line, and then array's name, numbers. I run this code. What will it display?
It's just a collection of characters, numbers. It's not.
Yeah, we can call it address. It's not gonna display us the array. If you have this array, and then you display this array, it shows us some unknown thing. It's an address. We can call it address of this array. What should be added here to display this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Array to strings.
Arrays to string, yeah? Arrays to string. Okay. Arrays to string, guys. Method called array. It's arrays. Arrays to string. It returns a string with all elements in the square bracket separated by a comma. Is it true? Yeah. Important thing, guys. This method returns a value when it's called. It says returns a value. Let me write here something for you. All right. String word. What methods of string class do you know, guys? What methods of string class do you know?
It's like length, uppercase to lowercase, like this.
Lengths, yeah. These are the methods. Lengths, uppercase, all of these are the methods. All right. And let me write here lengths. What does it do, guys, this line?
It counts number of elements.
It will give us some number, right? It's 6. If I run this code, will we be able to see this number here? No. Why? There is no system out print line. Okay. There is one important thing, guys. This method returns us a value. It gives you a value. When it returns a value, you can store it somewhere. You can store it. For example, other method contains O. Does this method return us something? What does it return?
True or false?
True or false? It returns us a Boolean value. So I cannot store it in int variable. It should be stored in a Boolean variable. Yeah. These are the methods that return us something, guys. These methods return us something. The fact that it returns something makes us able to declare a variable and store its value. So here, arrays to string. This is a method, guys. I know this looks like a special method because here we write something like arrays and then to string. We have never done it before, right? Do you agree? Before we used to write variable name and then at the end some method. We used to do this, but we also call this to string a method. All right. Yes or no, guys? Does this method return something? This method, arrays to string. What does this method return? I'm gonna show you here two methods. In the next slide, we're gonna learn this one. Arrays sort. Here we have two methods, guys. Arrays sort method and arrays to string method. All right. Let's take a look. I'll write here, let's say something like string word, and then here's string word. Okay, not string word, string. Okay. One of them has red line, the other one doesn't have. The reason is arrays to string, guys. Let's take a look at this slide. What does it do? It returns a value. It returns something. What does it return, guys? This arrays to string. What does it return? If I would like to know what it returns.
Maybe it's
It
like
returns us
it's like
string.
converting.
String with all elements in the square brackets, and they're all separated by a comma. It returns us a string. This method returns me a string. That's why I can store the result in the variable, because it returns something. And this method arrays.sort. What do you think? Does this method return something? No. All right, let's take a look at here closer to string method. All right. This method arrays.sort doesn't return something. It doesn't return. What does this sort method? Let me put here these numbers. Okay. Let me display this array. What are the numbers inside this array? 122. Here we have 5 numbers. But arrays that sort method, the function behind this method is, what does it do, guys? Do you think it has arranged the numbers in their probably ascending order from smallest to the greatest, largest? So arrays that sort method, it doesn't return a value. What does it do? The function.
Classify maybe to groups.
Yeah, it probably arranges the order of these elements in ascending order. Yeah. What does this arrays to string method?
Just return.
Yeah, it returns us the array, right? It returns us the array in this square brackets. But this one, does this one return something? No. This one doesn't return. It does something and that's it. It sorts the array and that's it. It's not gonna return you something. But this one, arrays to string, returns a value. It's gonna be very helpful for your next class on Monday. There are some methods that return and doesn't return. All right, here if you look at this code, here we have an array. 1, 23, 6, 94, 399. All right. If I write this code inside the IntelliJ IDEA, do you think this line will be red here, causing an error? This line? No? If no, why?
Declare string array string and also assign as arrays to string.
Because toString method returns a string. That's why it will not cause an error here. It returns a string and we can store the returned value in this object. All right, what will this display, guys? Let's say, let me write here this. What will it display? Let's say here is the output. What will it display?
Whole bracket.
It will display square brackets and 1 and then comma 3, yeah, 23, 6, all these elements. All right, because this method returns what? String or all elements in a square brackets. And then it's stored here in this string object. And then when you display the string object, we have this value. Is it true that this thing is stored inside this object? Yeah. What if I do this, guys? String s arrays to string array. Okay. What will this one do, guys, if I run this? The same. How about this? Arrays dot sort array. Will it be again the same thing? 1, 5, 22, 43, and 345. Let's run this. Yeah. What if I do it this way? How about now? What will be displayed? Really the same? In its original order, right? Because when the sort is done, before the object is created or after the object is created? After the object is created. So it means arrays to string returns this elements in their original order when nothing has been changed. And then sorting is done only after the object S is created. So what do we have inside this S? Inside this S? We have a string. We have a string 122, 345, 43, and 5. It is a string. Let's run it. 122, 345. How about now? If I run this code now, 1, 5. Okay. Next, guys. What will happen if I do this? Substring this. Okay. What will it display? You have time to think, guys. No rush. Tell me, what will it display? Is it string, this S? Is it an string or like array object? What is it? This S. It's a string. It is a string. It's no more array. It is double quotes. It is a string. So when I run this, displays me 1 and 2. Why it displays me 1 and 2? Again, what do we have in? All right. When can you guys, can we say this 1, 2 is a string? No, it's an int. How about this? Is it a string? Yeah. So inside this S object, what do we have? What is stored inside this S? Square brackets. It begins with square brackets. 1, 22, 345, 43, 5. All right. This is a string, guys. And this string is stored inside S. All right. What if I remove this 3? Will it still be the same array? The same
Yes.
string?
Same.
If I remove from here 3. This
Yeah.
3.
I mean, if it's substring 1 and 5?
Yeah, like the result will be still the same.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a string, guys. If we do here substring on this string, 0 and 1, what's the result?
Square braces and 1.
It is just a square bracket. It's just a square bracket here. Square bracket. What if we do 0 and 3?
Square bracket, 1
Square bracket, 1 and comma.
comma.
All right. If I ask you this, guys, arrays to string method, does this method return us something? Arrays to string method, does it return something? You say it like not confident, like you doubt in yourself. Does arrays to string method return something? What does it return? A string. What's inside that string? Elements inside a square brackets. Yeah. Okay. And this one, array method, arrays.sort. This one doesn't return a value when it's called. We can prove it here. We have now array. If I create here system out print line, and then write here arrays sort array, there is an error. What could be the reason? It returns nothing. It returns nothing. That's why. because this method doesn't return something. All right. Do you know method similar to sort? The one that returns something? To string. It returns something, that's why there is no error. How about this? Contains. Does this contains method return something? What does it return?
False. Boolean.
True or false Boolean value. That's why there is no error here. But when it comes to erase that sort, there is an error because it doesn't return. It doesn't return. So here, when we try to put it inside the system out print line, there is an error. When we try to store this erase that sort somewhere, there is an error. It should be called like this, just erase that sort, because it doesn't return a value. It doesn't return something. All right, what will this line display us, guys? This line. Yeah, it will return us some unknown thing. Yeah, if you do this. But when you do erase to string, then it returns. Okay. A new method, guys, a new method. Let's create here a class. Do you have at least one class inside your package? What class do you have? Task 1. Do you have a class, guys? All right. Let's create inside day 35 a class called split method. Split method. Split method. And create here a string. String sentence laptop space semicolon space screen space bottle, and that's it. All right. Did you create this object? All right. What's the length of this string? More than 20 words, right? More than 20 words. How about what's the number of words inside this sentence? What's the number of words inside this sentence? 4 words, right? All right. What will be displayed if I run here this statement, length? Will it display as 4? No, it won't display 4. What will be displayed?
The length of the sentence.
Length of this object. And it is probably 20 or 30. Okay. Next, we're going to learn this method, split method. This method shows us this. How can we separate this each word and create from this sentence object an array? We can use this split method. Split method. Call this split method, guys. It will split each word into an array. If I create an array, guys, for this sentence, and if I would like to store each word inside an array, what will be the length of the array? Yeah, length of the array. If I would like to store these words in an array, the length is 23. If I would like to store words, not characters, then 4. Yeah, there are 4 words. Let's call this split method, and then here we pass something. Here we pass something. Here we can pass this, guys, a space. All right. What is, guys, something that separates each word here? a space, right? And here we say, please split each word in this sentence object by a space. Each word will be separated by a space. And then split is a method that returns a value. Split method returns an array. It returns an array of strings. Create this. And then let's run this words.length. All right, let's run this code. And it displays us 4. Why it displays us 4, guys, not 30? Because there are 4 words separated by a white space. By a white space. All right, how many words here now separated by a white space? 3.
3.
If we run this code, it displays us 3. All right, words. What is the data type for this words, guys? String. Array of strings. Array of strings. If I write here words and then arrays to string to display this array, it displays us 3 words. Why this laptop and semicolon here are set as a single word, but this laptop and semicolon are 2 separate words? Why are they combined into one word? Yeah, because there is no white space, right, that separates them here. Okay, if I run it now, here we have 4 elements: laptop, semicolon, screen, and bottle. Logic question, guys. Split method. Is this a method that returns something or doesn't return? It returns something, right? What does it return? What does it return? This split method. For example, here, I had here before a code. For example, arrays to string method. Does this method return a value? What does it return? A string object, data type string object. This one, split method. What's the data type? Array of strings. It's not just string. It returns a value, and the value's data type is array of strings. Array of strings. Okay. Let's take a look at here. So this method returns a value when it's called. What if, guys, I do this? Here, this. How many words will be, or how many elements will be in this array?
2, maybe.
How many? 2 or 3?
2.
All right, let's run it. Only 2. Only 2 there are. Because here we've got only one white space. And it separates them both into different elements. All right, what if I do this? How many elements will be in this array?
1.
1 or 2?
1.
Yeah, it is only one element. But it seems like there are 3, right? But there is only 1. There is only 1. All right, what if I put a splitting, like let's call it formula. The formula to split this words is a comma now, not a white space, it's a comma. How many elements will be in the array?
3.
3. First element, second element, and then third element. Here, first element, second, and third. Question, guys. Do you see here a comma? Is this comma this one, guys?
Yes.
No.
No,
It-
no, the
this-
second line.
This comma is used to separate these words. This one comes from toString method. From this toString method. Okay. How about now? How many elements will be now there? 4. Laptop, semicolon, screen, and bottle. Laptop, semicolon, screen, and bottle. Okay. There are 4. There are 4, and the length for this array will be 4. It will be 4. All right. Next, guys. I think this one until here should be removed. Okay, let's move to practice tasks, guys. Create in day 35 a task 1 class called task 1. Why you look all sad, guys, when I say you create task class? All right. So let me find the practice tasks here. Okay. Task number 1, guys. Create a program. Create a program that takes from user an int and number. All right. For this program, will you need to create the scanner? All right. This one is a step 1. Then display and or create an array with size n, where next create an array with size n, where the elements, it should be filled with values from 0 to n. So if there are 5, to n minus 1. And then display all array elements. Display the array elements. In the output, what should come first, guys, in the very first line?
Prompt message.
Yeah, enter number n. All right. If my n number is 4, what should be in the next line? Yeah, and then at the end, right after this one, we entered 4. What should be next? It should be our array with these elements: 0, 1, 2, 3. Create an array with size n. Array with size 4. It should be filled with values from 0 to n minus 1. From 0 to n minus 1 is 3. Yeah, you should fill it with numbers from 0 to n minus 1. Yeah, this one is pretty easy task. Task 1. Yeah, it should be plus one, plus one. Yeah, it should be plus one. Oh, okay. All right, 2 minutes left, guys. Okay. Yeah, there should be for loop, but first you should figure out this one, right? How do you declare an array? Do you declare an array this way? Mhm. Yes. No, no, wait. You don't do this. You write new int. You forgot it? New int. And then you remove this dot, right, or comma. And then size should be 5 or n. Be n. You done? Yeah. Yeah. Good job. Yeah. Thanks. Okay, guys, 20 seconds. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ince, did you solve it? Yeah? Okay. So task number 1. How about online students? Did you solve it?
Yes.
Okay. Do we need scanner for this one? Yes. Yeah, we need scanner. New scanner. Then next thing is our
Random.
prompt message, yeah? Enter number n. Do we need for this task random numbers? No.
No.
Okay. Next, once the prompt message is done, next thing is ziyadece what? declare, right? This primitive variable int n scanner dot next int. Okay. Next, what does this n mean?
Array size.
It's the size of array, right? If you enter 4, the array size is 4. If you enter 5, the array size is 5. The last element is 4. Okay. Next. So what's the next, guys? For loop should be created?
Created the array. Right. Create.
Array should be created, right? Okay. Next.
Define also.
New.
All right. How do we declare an array, Clara J?
Mm.
New int. And then
And-
the size should be 5
And
n. Yeah. All right. Next step. We need to fill this array with numbers. How do we fill array with numbers? Do you do it manually?
by using for loop,
All right. And then it should begin from 1, right?
Zero.
Why from 0? It should begin from 0,
Begins
yes.
from
But
0. Yes.
Every index starts with zero.
because we need to set to the index 0 element value 0, right? All right. Then
Just an n.
array length. Okay, what's next?
Array.
Array,
Array for what?
square brackets,
I
I
equal to I.
equal to I. So what we have done is we assign to each element their index. Each element shows their index. What's the index of element 35?
3.
It's 3.
3.
So we show their indexes. Each element has their own index. Okay. Next, we just display. Five. All right, what's wrong here, guys? Okay, array length.
Can you zoom in on the console output?
Yeah, they know the error. It's the out of bounds. So what should be fixed?
equal sign.
Yeah, just less than 5. So now 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. What if, guys, I would like to see here not 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I would like to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Instead of 0, we'll give 1.
Zero.
Okay, very good. But do you think it will work? Let's run it. So
Because I didn't come, but
So look, we assigned to begin from 1, right? When the for loop runs, what's the value of I in the very first iteration? 1. So we assign to array 1 means
I
to
plus
the
1.
second element. Yeah? We didn't even touch the first element.
Yeah.
We started right from the second element. It should be, guys,
0,
still
but I plus 1.
Yeah, here we can do I plus plus. Or here, before it, I plus plus. All right, now what's wrong, guys? It should not be I plus plus. It should be probably maybe this way or this way. All right, let's check. So 0, 0, 2, 0, 4.
I
Okay.
did I plus 1 and it worked.
Okay, we can do I plus 1. So now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should begin from 0 because we assign to the first element at index 0 to 0, 0 plus 1. To 1, we assign 1 plus 1. To 2, we assign 2 plus 1. So to this element at index 2, we assign 2 plus 1. So each element has their value as their index incremented by 1. So it's very basic thing. Next, guys, create task 2, class called task 2. All right. Did you create a class called task 2? Okay. Between lower and upper. Okay. In this program, you'll need to read from user 3 int numbers. It's, yeah, 3 int numbers. And lower and upper. We should read from user 3 int numbers. And lower and upper. N stands for the number of elements in the array. Lower stands for the minimum random number to generate. And then upper. Upper stands for the maximum random number to generate. So until this point so far, in your situation, I would create scanner and random immediately because you need to read from user and there are random numbers. All right. Next, we do this. So we have now 3 values, right? And lower and upper. Declare an array with size n and fill it with random numbers between lower and upper. Okay. So if I enter for the value of n 10, what will be the size for the array?
10 random number.
10.
Right.
The size will be 10 random numbers. Okay. If I enter 10 for n, for lower I enter 1, for upper I enter 21. Is it possible that one element's value will be 99? No. Because there are bounds, upper and lower bounds. So yeah, so in the output, it should be enter number n for enter lower bound, which is, let's say 100, and then enter upper bound, which is 1000. And then at the end, there should be a result. There should be a result with 4 values. So the program should read from user 3 int numbers, and lower and upper. Scanner random should be used here. So let me start the timer. All right, guys.
You solving for her? No, I'm learning. You say you need to teach me. Okay.
Okay, guys.
You solved it? Yeah.
Online students, do you solve it already?
Yes.
Okay.
Probably you don't know how to make money, and that's why you think it is. So. Yeah. No, why are the numbers not the same?
Okay. Um, online students, can you pick one number between 5 and 7, please?
6.
6. Can you try one more time?
5.
Okay. Wambeke, it's your number 5. So you should come here and solve this problem together with us. Yeah. You solved it already, right? Okay.
Nice haircut, man.
Thank you. Which is this screen
Yeah, it's in the screen. So what should be done first?
scanner, right?
Ailita, did you solve it? No? Okay, scanner.
Scanner. This value. Then random. Mm,
Okay.
Then prompt message. Enter. Number. Okay. Next. Number.
Okay. Okay, enter an upper range. You started typing fast, right?
No, I don't know, maybe. So next is we need to sign and random. We need to
You don't
It's
have
by
an array.
array. So array. Yeah, I forgot array. Enter array. Oh no.
Int square brackets.
Array. No. New array, right?
New int.
New int. New. Oh. New. Oh, new
Yeah,
int.
this way, and then square brackets. And then inside the square brackets, it's size. Which is,
N, right?
yeah, which is n.
And 4.
You can do this. This is something new for you, for all of you, 4. And then here
I.
you see for I. It will
I.
create for loop very quickly.
It's
Really? You did here array?
array length, right? Oh my gosh. Very array. Here's in
Here's,
int.
here's
I.
I.
Yes, here's array, right? Array
Yeah.
length. I want to write array length. Then array I random um, so array so okay. This way.
Yeah, I think you've done it.
Should I run it?
Yeah, let's see. Fine. All right. Yeah,
Yeah,
good job. Okay. Next one will be, I think, use YBJ. Yeah. It was too quick, guys. It's already 7:31. So now it's time for a break, guys, for 15-minute break. Okay, goodbye to you, banana. There's coffee if anybody wants coffee. Drink coffee. Stop coding. Huh? Stop coding. Drink coffee. Alita, how are you? Like really, really? What happened? You're correct now? Correct now? No. No correct now? What happened? What was it? Why not go? For
My daughter? Она и мать, и всех выбрали. Это я могу сам дома учить вчера. Здесь всегда есть прекрасно. А, да? Пауза, да, была? А, да, да. А, да? Да, который на цифровой. Да? Международные игры по теннису, да. Там же 1000 людей поступает, да? Да? Да.
Это средняя группа, есть маленькая, 2-3 года.
Есть еще больше,
А,
чем movement of dance. А можно совместить человека и то, и то?
Да.
Ну,
Вот
и
смотрите,
пусть
маленькая.
под дзюдо и
Вот самая младшая группа. Они вообще классные. Вот видите, вот это средняя группа, там средняя. Маленькие девочки вообще. Славненькая, полностью. Вы не по дороге здесь живете, да, как вы? Вы же это наш садик. просто.
я знаю, да.
М,
Ну,
Маленькие. Все. Эх,
сколько ехать? Это ближе к тебе, да?
да, наш сайт. А есть, знаете? Лиза?
I hear you speaking Russian. Ooh.
А?
Ай-яй-яй. I am gonna mute us. I'm practicing my Russian. Is this off? Oh, this is off. Someone damaged this pretty bad, huh? And I always say, keep this charged up, keep this charged up. Let's put this on charge.
Hey, I thought it's a students. They're talking they're speaking in Russian language.
I
didn't-
know. I know, I should. Where is I already ate so much fruit. Where is your charger from? Ben durmayın, hayır ben. İsteyenler böyle aynen değil mi?
Есть, если есть коммунити, то это правда. Потому что она же сейчас, как сказать, на своей прихоти и туда можете, ну, потом, она когда уже осознание приход, она уже действительно порядок, себе лучше порядок будет, вот это дело. Ну, танцы, для девочек, у меня тоже стрим есть здесь, они по-видео я их заставила идти, сказала, мне приготовили через 5 лет, скажите, спасибо, потому что для девочки это прям будущее иногда. Года, завтра, ответственность.
Честно. Ну, и наверное, Рондорози, Валентина Шевченко, может показывать. Не, да. Надо.
А вот девочки, да?
I need a charger for the. Just joking. Where is Georgia?
А не да, вот уже получится. Это выбираешь. Побольше. Не такие вопросы. Будет проблемы.
Online students, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Task number 3, guys. Create a class called task number 3. Task number 3. Okay. So right here, task number 3. Task number 3 is this. Okay, let's say, guys, this step number 1. Declare an int array with this values. Okay, it should be 1, 2. This one will be a pretty difficult one. Let's do this one. Other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 4, 4, 4. All right. So this is step 1. Declare an int array with these values. Easy. Just declare this array. Next step is this. Display true if the number of ones. Right? Did you solve it already in the home assignments?
Yes.
True if all elements in the array. No, it's not this one.
Different.
Display true if the number of ones. Display, let's say, high if the number of ones is greater than number of fours. Display by if the number of fours is greater than number of ones. So display high. How many ones do we have, guys, here?
3.
In this array we have 3. All right, then one more step. Display okay if the number of ones and fours are equal. Display okay if the number of ones and fours are equal. So create this array, and then is it true that you need to check each element from this array? Yeah, you need to check each element and find the number of ones and fours. And then at the end, you'll compare. We have more ones or we have more twos. If we have more ones, display high. If we have more fours, sorry, not twos, then display by. If the number is equal, then display okay. Let me start the timer, guys. All right, I start the timer, guys. So in this case, the output will be for this array What's the output for this array?
By
Yeah. The result is by, because the number of fours is 4, number of ones is 3. We have 4 against 3. What? Then display high. If the number of fours is greater than ones, then display by. If they're equal, display okay. Do we need to check one by one each element? Do we need to check? Yeah, because Java doesn't know. If you just create the array, Java will not know the number of ones and the number of fours. For this task, it should be, yeah, there should be conditionals, because you need to know if it is high or if it's by or if it is okay.
Sorry, I have a question.
Mhm.
There should be in the beginning there should be created an integer, right, with number 1 and 4.
For this task, there should be counters for ones and for fours. If you mean this, then yes, there should be some counters, extra variables. You can send me, yeah. You can send me, I can check it. You can send me it as a direct message, right? Okay. Seems like you need 1 more minute. Okay, guys, so task number 3. Need to have this array. What are the numbers inside this array, guys? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1. 4, 4, and one more time 4. Okay. As a human being, we know, guys, the number of ones is 3 and the number of fours is 4. But does Java know right now the number of ones and fours at this moment? No, Java doesn't know. For Java, we need to create what? Counters. One variable for counting ones. And why do we start from 0? Okay. No need to answer this one, guys. Okay. Next. What's next, guys? We have 2 counters. Next step is to traverse an array. All right, you can easily create a for loop, writing here 4, and then using this shortcut for I. It's created. Next, the size till array length. Okay. Next, this for loop will traverse this array element by element, one by one, guys. One by one. What do we need to do, guys? Let's say this. I'm checking this element. What should I do?
Check if it's 1.
We need to check. Java doesn't know. We see that it's 1, but Java doesn't know. We need to create conditions for Java.
Array I
Array I
is
equals to
To
1.
1.
Then increase this counter. All right, next is else. Else if, right? If array I equal to 4, then increase the other counter.
And then outside of 4.
Okay. And outside of the for loop, yeah. So, all right. So this if else statements will be checked when we run through this loop one by one. This 2, is it 1? No. Is it 4? No. So when it's the second element, none of these conditions will be true. Next, 3. Is it 1? No. Is it 4? No. Next element. Is it 1? No. Is it 4? Yes. So we increase the counter 4. All right, outside of the for loop, we can do this. We can display count 1, count 2, but for this task, we don't need to display 3 and 4. The number of ones is 3, the number of fours is 4. We need to display other message. Messages are hi, bye, or okay. If count of ones is greater than counts of 4, then message hi should be displayed. Else if, because there could be 3 outcomes.
Count 1, count out 1 equal
Less
to
than count 4. Then should be by. Else the third case, if it's not less than and not greater than, then 100% it's equal. All right. If you run this program, guys, which condition will be executed? Which statement? Which one? What?
By.
All right, let's run this. 3 and 4 by, right? 3 is less than 4. So it displays us by. All right, this one, guys, is pretty easy one. Here we needed to traverse through this array elements one by one. Traverse through these array elements. All right. Okay. The second largest in the array. Okay. All right. So task number 4. All right. Have you done, guys? All right. Were you trying to solve it, guys, or you just were waiting for copying it?
Yeah, I tried, but I couldn't figure out how to this count ones and four. I thought maybe we need to create some variable that will count. But it seems it should count inside for loop, right?
Counts are created outside of the for loop. If you create them here, they're not accessible here.
Yeah.
They should be created before. So
was
you should just
challenging.
make some analysis here. So here we have 3 outcomes. There are 3 system out print lines. It could be by, it could be high, it could be okay. So there will be if else statement for sure. Next thing, here we have a lot of numbers. We can easily take a look at this number and identify it, but Java doesn't know about. Once you created this array, the steps are this. You need to create something to store their number. There are 3 ones and 4 fours. There should be some variables like counters, because at the end you compare them, ones and fours. At the end, inside the if else, we compare. If you don't have them, what do you compare? Where do you store this ones and fours? Okay. You were given a number for the greatest. Okay. Declare.
So the only way to like counting like those elements, I mean, it's using for loop, right? So we cannot.
Yeah. There's no other way, because Java cannot just walk through these numbers using ICE, because Java doesn't have ICE. It will need to check each element one by one. So that's why we use a for loop.
Okay.
So while we are making some iterations, we need to check. We can check them using conditionals, if and else. Okay. How many times this if is checked? Checked only.
9.
10 or 9 times.
Yeah, 10 times. It's checked. How many times else if is checked?
10.
10 else if.
The same?
No,
If
not the
true,
same. It will be checked. I can say this. The number of times, let's say the number of times if is true is, let's call it x. X is the number of times if is true. Then else if will be checked 10 minus x times. Every time when if is false, then else if is checked. So if this one is 5 times true, then this one is checked, the array length 10 minus 5. If this one is true 10 times, then else if is checked 0 times. We needed two counters, count 1 and count 4. If you don't use if, what if we do this? Count plus, count 4 plus. What if you run this?
okay.
So what will be displayed exactly for this code?
0, 0.
Okay, is displayed,
Okay.
guys. How many times does this for loop run?
Array times.
10 times.
10 times, yeah. Length times. So how many times this one is executed?
10 times.
How many
Okay.
how many times this one is executed?
10.
And
Do we have a condition so that only when condition is true, count will be increased, or this one? No condition. So we run this 10 times. Count 1 will be equal to, at the end, 2. If
count
this
4.
for loop runs 10 times, this executement, these ones are executed 10 times. What's the value of count 1?
10.
10. Of count 4?
10.
10. So it's else always. That's why we need to check these numbers. If so, then it means like there are ones. Is it true that in this array there are 9 ones and 9 fours?
No.
No, it's false. How many ones are there? 3 and 4 fours. That's why there should be conditional statements here. Otherwise, if there are no, then we say this is 1 and at the same time 4. This is 1 and at the same time 4 because we increase them. We created these counters to count. If it is 1, then increase this one. If it is 4, then increase the other one. That's why there should be every time conditional statements to check each element. Okay. The next one, which is task 4, is also pretty interesting. Task 4, declare an array. Declare an array int numbers with these values. 1, 2, 3, no, 1, 2, 4, 25, 9, 1, 2, 4, 25, 9, 5, let me make it smaller, okay, 25, 4, 99, 23, and 15. All right, guys. So when you take a look at these elements in this array, how many 4s do we have in this array? 2. All right. Give me the number that comes right after the last 4. 99 comes right after the last 4. Okay. Here you need to display all elements followed, all elements after that come after the last 4. What are the elements that come after the last 4? 99,
23,
23,
15.
and 15. So these numbers should be displayed. 99, 23, 15. Display all elements that come after the last 4. You have the array. Do you need for this one conditional statements? Yeah, how about the
Yes.
counter? Do you need counter, like count the number of?
Yeah, we have 2 4s, right? That's why, or
We
how to get to the second 4?
we need like multiple for loops, but we are going to use counter not to count the number of something. We're going to use it to store the index. All right. Here, is it true that we need to find the last 4?
Yeah.
Yes.
Last 4, it's right here. All right, I know it's 4. And I need to print all elements that come after this 4. What's the index of this 99?
5.
It's
5.
It's 5. 5, or in other words, index of last 4 plus 1. You need to find the index of this 4. What if here we have a 4? Then these numbers will be
23, 15.
only. So you should find the index of the last 4, the index of this 4. And then display all numbers starting from the index of not 4, the followed one, the 23. Right after the index of the last 4, which is this one. What is the most important thing, guys, to figure out in this task?
Condition part, right?
No.
Find the
We need to
index.
find, yeah, find the index of
Index 4.
which 4? This 4?
Last 4.
Of this 4, yeah, finding the index of this 4.
Is there any hint to find this last 4? Like the
No, there is no hint. You just use for loop and if.
okay.
For loop if, and then if it's 4, store it, store the index. If it's 4, store it. And once the while for loop is done, it means you find the index of the 4. You need to use here multiple loops, guys, not just one loop. Yeah.
You have done 35% of it. You have done 35% of it. Right? Yeah. If you find out what should be there, then you have done 50% of it.
Next statement, okay?
What?
After 4, yeah, next statement, okay? I need to print 99, yeah?
99,
On
23, and 15. All other elements, yeah. All preceding elements. All next elements. All elements following the 4. 99, 23, and 15. All right, guys. Let me show you something. So it's task number 4. I think this is a very huge hint for you. What are the numbers inside the array, guys? Okay, these are the numbers. So look, is it true that to print 99, 23, 15, or to print, let's say, 5 numbers from here or 3 numbers from here, do you need a for loop to print more than one number from this?
Yes, for loop.
To display more than one number from this array, we need a for loop. What's the index of this 4?
It's
What's
a
the-
length
it is-
divided by
4.
2.
By 2.
Yeah, the index of this 4 is 4. Okay. Let me make it 4. Index plus 1, I is less than array length I plus plus. And then display this array I. So look, if I run, guys, this code, what will be displayed?
99, 23, 15.
Is it true? Will it display 99, 23, 15?
Yes.
What do you think, Ailita? Will it print 99, 23, 15?
Yeah.
Okay. How about now?
The same.
It will display 99, 23, 15. Okay, let's check. 99, 23, 15. All right. The end result for this code, guys, should be this for loop. But you never know, guys, the index beforehand. You never know. It might be this way. What if I put here not 4, but 5? Then what numbers should be displayed, guys, in the output?
25,
25, 5.
Yeah, 25, 5, 19, 99, 23, 15. This number should be displayed. So we don't know the index in the beginning. We don't know it. We can make it this way. We need some code here, some code that will find the index of last 4. Here should be some code right here. Here should be some code that will find the last index of last 4. This one is the right one. It should be here. This one to display the rest, to display following numbers. Here we
this-
miss something.
That's the hardest part because the last one we understand, but for this first part we need to do for loop to find at least 4s by count.
No, it's easier than easy, guys. So look, for loop, we need to find the last 4, right? Here.
Yeah.
So it means anyway, we are gonna check numbers one by one. So it's a for loop. We're gonna begin it from here, from 0 to array length. And then, guys, if
Number of array.
Array
if
I,
array I is equal to 4,
4,
then store this I number. I represents the indexes. Then store it inside the index in my case. All right. So if we run this code now, it displays 99, 23, 15. If I put here number 4, then it should display as 15. So basically it will read each element. It will traverse each element. Okay, I'm checking this element, guys. We run a for loop, imaginary for loop. Right here, what's the value of I?
1.
Value of I, 0. Value of I is 0. Then it's iteration number 1, right? First iteration. And then is it 4? No, so we don't set to the index 0. Next, 2. The value of I is
1,
1. Which iteration is it?
second,
Array 1. It is 2. Is 2 equal to 4?
no,
No, index is still 0. Next. I is equal to I.
3,
I
2,
is equal to 2. Array 2 is
equal to 4.
4 is equal to 4. Is it true?
Yes,
So we assign to the index value of I, which is
2, 2, yeah.
2. But we are not gonna finish with
Oh.
for loop yet. We are
Mhm.
still checking these numbers. Next, I is equal to
3.
3. And array 3 is not equal to 4. So this statement is not executed. 4. The index of 4 is 4 itself.
4.
Array 4 equals to 4, right?
Yeah.
Index will become 4. Index is 4 now. And then when it's I is equal to 5, I is equal to 6, I is equal to 7, it's never true again. So index will remain 4.
4.
Yeah, index will be
Alright,
4.
now it's easy, yeah. It's always
we-
now sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
It's always in the code when we do any tasks, the like line 11, index is equal to I. The hardest part is to figure out this line, I think. Like we
Okay.
can do for, we can do if, right? But it's hardest, I think, the logic to find the line 11.
Mm-hmm. And how about this, guys? This problem, this solution is defined to print all numbers after the last 4. What if we need to display all elements that come after the first 4? It should be 25, 4, 25, 4, 99, 23, and 15.
Should we break the loop when it counts?
Yeah. When we find the first 4, we set its index to this variable, and then we break. Because we already found the 4. We're not gonna look for the last 4. Because the instruction says first 4. Once you find the first 4, once it's true, then stop it. But if you need to find the last 4's index, then we don't need break. All right. In terms of arrays and for loops, what does I mean, guys? When it's an array and a for loop used together. I represents what, guys?
Index?
It represents the indexes, right? So we assign to this index variable the index. We could call it something like even S. Mm-hmm.
I have a question. Like, what if there are 3 fours and after second 4 we need to make again
Example.
break?
Let's make here 123, 4, 7, 6. It should display 7, 6, 15, right?
No, we want the second 4. I mean, first, like second, like 99, 23, 123, like.
Then you will need to do inner if. Like you can do this int fours, and then when you find the 4, you increase the fours as well. And then when the force is equal to 2, then you break. So let's try it. It should display us after this 4, but I'm not sure. Maybe it could be different. Yeah, it displays after this one. So we should stop changing the index when you find the second 4. So then you need to create another counter to check which 4 is it. If it's first 4, if it's second 4, I use this. Every time you find 4, I increase. Oh, we found already 1 4. Then once we found the second 4, the force becomes 2. And then if it is already the second 4, then we break the loop. Here we can do after the third 4, after the fourth 4 or after the fifth 4? Okay. If you don't understand my real recommendation, if you are not able to solve this yourself, the real recommendation is to is to solve them again. Is to solve them again to yourself. Once you see already the solution, you'll need to remove it from your laptop and then solve it again. And then again, and then third time, and then fourth time, and then you will get it. And then when you run it in your head. Like here we created an array. It has indexes from 0 to, let's say, 14. We have created this variable. Then you need to figure out, why did we create this variable? Why do we need this for loop? Why do we need this for loop? This for loop is to find the last 4. All right. Will this for loop, guys, check all these elements? Will this for loop check all of these elements? Or will it
Yes.
or will it stop somewhere here?
It should check all of it.
Yeah. The solution is already done. Like we solved this problem. Now the question was, does this for loop check all elements, or does it stop somewhere here once it's find the second or second 4? No, it doesn't stop. It will keep checking them. It will keep checking them. But if you would like to make something like stop once you find the second 4, then you can use here some break and then some other ifs. Okay. Yeah, if you didn't get it, guys, the only person, of course, I cannot explain to you, like not to you, to each and every one of you, like individually, because I don't have, let's say, 3 extra hours. Probably if I explain it one-to-one, maybe you'll get it right away. But if you don't get it here, even when you see the solution, then you'll need to solve it yourself. 1 more time, 2 more times, 3 more times. Maybe you don't need to remove it. Maybe you don't need to remove it. Maybe you need to just run it 1 time, second time, third time, 4 or 5 times until you get it. If you see the solution, you write it down here, like, and then once I say, okay, it's task 5, if you forget about task 4, then like you lose at that moment, because you're not gonna you will not be able to solve task 4 if I give you this one again. So if you don't understand, if you have time, you better run it again yourself. Task number 5, guys. Task number 5 is this one should be pretty easy. This one, declare an int, an array, int numbers 1, 45, 69, 123, 9, and then 4. All right, what's the largest number in this array? Yeah, 3,532. Display the largest number in the array. The largest number is 3,532. 532. All right. One note, guys, for you. Do you know how to sort an array? You should not use this. Arrays that sort should not be used. Don't use arrays that sort.
We will use the same method we did with task 4, right?
No,
We will
like
not go
maybe
each index.
no, you will be you're gonna have one variable. You will store
Yeah.
there the
I mean,
first
the steps will be same, I think.
maybe
Almost.
similar, but it's not
Yeah.
100%
Okay.
because tasks are really different. Here, the largest number, there to display following numbers. So don't use arrays that sort. If you use it, of course, the 3532 will be at the end, and you'll be able to display the last number easily. You need only one for loop for this one, and only one if statement. No more two loops or two conditions. Wait, let me.
Did I show you how to create for loop really quickly? Yeah, you can do this. You can do this function. Your code is working. It displays multiple times because your system of print line is inside. Just leave it display. Print the large. Large. You have an array. It should be only one number.
Okay. Here we go, guys. Task number 5. Let me zoom it. And the numbers are, what were the numbers inside the array?
145.
145,
69,
69,
123,
123,
9,
3,000.
4.
What we will do, guys, we will need to check each element here. All right. If I don't see this array, do I know what numbers are there inside?
No.
No?
No, we don't know.
Wait, if I don't see this array, no. Okay. Then, if you show me the very first number, which is 1.
Mhm.
Let's say now I see only one number, which is 1. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more numbers. There are 6 more numbers. I don't see them yet. I see only one. I see only one number, and I know that there are 6 more numbers. Is it possible, guys, that I might think that 1 is the biggest number in the array? I don't know the other 6 numbers. Maybe the other 6 numbers are minus, minus, negative.
Yeah, we can
They might-
assume.
We can assume, right? I don't know. I might think that the 1 is the greatest number. What I can do here, guys, we can do this. We can create int max, the greatest number. and assign to it the very first value, numbers. Some of you, I think, probably did this, made this, but this will not work at some point. I'll show you later. So you can begin with this one, numbers 0. And then if I already see this very first element, which is 1, do I need to compare 1 with itself?
No,
I assume that
after that.
I assume I have 1 in my mind, and there are 6 more numbers that I don't see yet. And then I need to compare this 1 with other numbers. Or do I need to compare 1 with itself?
No, we don't need.
No, we don't need to compare 1 with itself. When we traverse over this array, the for loop should begin not from 0.
From
It
1.
should begin 1 from this number, from 45. Because we have initialized this max to be 1. This can run numbers dot lengths, and then we can compare if max is greater than numbers I, if 1 is greater than 45, let's make this, if max, if 1 is less than 45, then I'm gonna forget 1. I'm not interested in 1 no more, because 1 is small number. I have 45. Now I keep in mind 45. So I can represent it, this storing, by assigning this numbers I to max. And this is it, guys. And at the end, you can display the max, which is 3,532. We could do this like this. How this one works. This one works this way. I don't know none of these numbers. I assume that 0 is the greatest number. And then I compare this 0 with 1. Which one is greater? Max, which is 0, or numbers 0 index, which is 1? 0 or 1, which one is greater?
No, I.
1 is greater. Numbers 0 is greater. So I assign to max value of
1.
numbers I, which is 1. And then in the next iteration, 1 turns out to be less than 45. Then I assign to max numbers 1, which is 45. And then now max is 45. It's next iteration. 45 is less than numbers 2, which is 69. The condition is true, so I assign to this max value of numbers 2, which is 69. So now, for me, I assume that the greatest number is 69. Then max is 69. 69, I compare it with numbers 3, which is 123. Will it be true or false? True. 69 is less than numbers 3, which is 123. So we assign to max 123. And then in the next iteration, max is 123. 123 is less than numbers 4, which is 9. It's false. So we're not going to assign to max value of 9. This is how it works. But it will fail. It will fail if you start with 0, in case if all numbers are negative numbers. This code will fail. It shows that the largest number is 0. But we don't have here 0. there is no 0. But it shows us that 0 is the greatest number. That's why there are two ways we can make it something like this, or we can do numbers 0 and begin from 45. So we have 1 as a greatest number here, and then we compare it with the second number. What if we need to find the smallest number?
1.
Yeah, which is 1.
We change the greater than.
The operator should be from less than to greater than. And then if you run it, the smallest number is 1.
Why we don't use just this sort method?
Which one?
Sort this arrays to sort method.
Yeah, like we could use it, but I made it forbidden because we needed to
Use
learn
learn, yeah,
learn the-
logic.
how to do it without array sort. Mhm. You better run it yourself like this, maybe with different numbers. I have very quick thing for you guys. Let me open this test. It's not forbidden, guys, to use arrays.sort. Arrays.sort. How can I display the second largest and the second smallest numbers? What's the second largest number?
22.
22. Second smallest? 4. Yeah. The largest one is 345. The smallest is 1. How can I display second largest and second smallest?
We use this break also in these conditions.
So for this one, it's permitted to use arrays.sort. You are allowed. If you are allowed to use arrays.sort, it's easier than easier. What do you say? Yeah. Arrays.sort is used. Arrays.sort, does it return a value?
No,
Does it?
it's just makes in ascending order.
Mhm. And then we could just do, so it's already sorted. So the very first number is 1. It
1.
means second 4. We can display them this way. And then the array's length, not -1, -2 to display the second largest. If we do -1, then it displays 3, 4, 5 here. We need the second largest, which is 22. This is if array sort is allowed. All right, this was not a task, guys. This was not a task because I didn't tell you to create a task. I can remove it. I need to show you another thing. Do you remember anagrams? Listen and silent. Are these two anagrams? Heart and earth. Yeah. Let me do this. String, word 1. String, word 2, earth. Ideally, you'll need to solve this problem using the other way. using algorithms, not algorithms, probably the other way. This way also works, but it will show that you are using the power of Java. The power of Java if you use arrays.sort. Better if you use your own way, how the same as we did in task 5. We had a chance to use here arrays.sort. For task 5, guys, did we have a chance just to use arrays sort and find the largest number easily?
Yes.
We could use here arrays.sort and easily find the largest number. It would be at the end if we use the arrays.sort. The same for this one. If you use arrays.sort, it will show that you can not come up with something from your own. But I will show you how to do it with Java's power, like with Java's code. But there is other way to do it. You can do, let me try word 1 to char array and then store it in char array 1. Then this, let me check the char array 1 and the char array 2. Okay. Here, 1 and 1. Okay, E and A. So now, what does this to char array? It creates from this word an array of chars. How many chars are there here?
5.
5. It will create an array of char. What is a char, guys? Can a char hold more than one character? Really?
No.
Can char? No.
Only one.
Yeah. So this array of chars now has this values. In the first one, we have this array of H, then E, then A, then R, then T. In the char area 1, we have this. In the char array 2, we have E, A, R, T, H. We have this one in the first array, we have this one in the second array. And we can simply use arrays.sort char array 1 and char array 2. In this case, it will make both of them, it will sort both of them so that first one becomes A, E, H, R, T. So it's actually this way. If you sort hard, guys, is it true that if you sort it, it will change its order to this order? How about if we sort earth? Will it also have the same order?
Yes.
If it's sorted, both of them will have the same order. Then now you have two same arrays, two same. But if it was in the beginning, not earth, but earths or earths, then it could be here earths, and it would be here s. Now, both of them are not the same. Like, they're not the same. If they're not the same, then it means they're
It's
anagrams. They're not anagrams, or they're anagrams. Not anagrams. Yeah. Then we could do something like if char array like equals to char array 2, then display anagrams. Otherwise, not anagrams. Actually, it's better to compare arrays using arrays.equals. And here this. These two are anagrams. if I add here one more one, then not anagrams. All right, the task 5, guys. Would it be too easy if we use here just arrays.sort, this task 5? Team
Yes.
thinks yes. It would be too easy. We could do arrays.sort numbers and then numbers length -1. This is it. So the same here. Now this one is too easy solution. Here we used everything from Java, but you probably in the real interview, maybe you might use this, but better if you come up with something of your own. I know how to do it without using arrays.sort, but it will take time. It's possible to do this way. Like we have here earth and we have here heart. You are given 2 strings, and for the first one, you create an array of ints. How many characters are there in the alphabet? 5
26.
characters in the
Ah.
alphabet?
26.
26. Yeah, there are 26. So you can create this 2, this one for word 1, this one for word 2. This is string word earth, let's say. This one is string word heart, yeah. Okay, and then you will need to do this. You'll need to run here a for loop. All right, so look, how many elements are there inside this word 1?
26.
26, right? And all of them have what values?
5.
All of them have which values? There are zeros, guys. There are zeros. Let me do something like this. There are 26 zeros, right? For this one, is it again 26 zeros?
Yes.
I'll try to give you just some idea about the solution. And let's make these problems, these words easier. ABC and here BCA. Okay, in the alphabetic order, where is the order of A? It's the first one, right?
Yeah.
First one. Let me do here this ABA and ABA, AAB. Are these 2 anagrams? Yeah. So here, with your own solution, you could do this. You will need one for loop to check each character here, and one for loop to check each character here. And then A. A is the first character, right, in the alphabet. So we increase this one by 1. Very first one. And then B is the second in the alphabet. We increase this by 1.
2.
Then A, we see again. So we increase this by 1. Then it's second word, A. Here you use another for loop for this second word. Word 1, word 2, W2. And then AAB, here first character is A. So we increase this by 1. Then it's again A. We increase this by 1. And then it's B. We increase this by 1. If it was a more difficult word, probably, let's say if it was laptop, then it would be something like this. Here 1, somewhere there 1. If it is ABAZ and AABC, then it would, are these two anagrams? No. So for this second one, it would be 2, 1, 1. For the first one, it will be 2, 1, and somewhere at the end, 1, right? Because Z is repeated once. And then you compare this two arrays, word 1 and word 2, and are they the same? These two arrays, word 1 and word 2. They're not the same. Here, this one has value 0, this one has value 1. So they're not anagrams. This is like an idea how to solve these anagrams without arrays.sort. Okay. This is it for today, guys. This is it for today. There will be assignments for you.
Can I
If
ask
you
one
don't-
question?
Yeah.
In the interview, during the interview, for example, we will have several methods to solve the task. Will they look if it's we should go with the shortest one, right? The shortest is the code. The more acceptable will be for the interviewers.
No, there are it
What's
works
the
a bit
criteria?
different. The criteria is this. So you are you students, you are you have a goal to become a QA, right? QA. QA engineers, they don't solve as much algorithm problems as this developers do. And if you need to compare two solutions, which one is better? Let's say both of them solve the same thing. This was your question. Solution 1 does the same thing. Solution 2 does the same thing. But when it comes to choose better one, developers know better that the better one is the one that runs less time. It's something like it's something another level of thinking. When you write code, you can find the like how long will it take for this code to run? It's called something like big O notation, big O time, or time complexity. What's the time complexity for this? This is also an algorithm. And for this one, it's time complexity is very simple. It's n. But there are sometimes when it's log n or it's square of log some n. So it's difficult for QAs to do this, like to choose which one. For you, it would be really good if you solve the task.
Which way?
So using anyway, right?
Yeah, using any way. I cannot tell you use this way because you don't know algorithms, you don't know time complexity, and it takes a lot of like long time to do it. I don't know algorithms myself. Like I solve problems better than you, but I'm not as good as somebody else, like who solves a lot of algorithm problems.
So
Between two solutions, it's the criteria is time. Which one takes less time to run?
So once I heard the phrase from IT, the IT guy, like, "Oh, this is very beautiful code." By beautiful code, he means the time complexity, then, right? Or something like that. No?
Probably beautiful code, he means something like how variables are created, they're meaningful. I think,
Logical.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't
Okay.
think there is beautiful code. I don't think beautiful code exists. I think codes might be structured. Like there is nothing that shouldn't be created. The code could be structured, but probably not beautiful. And yeah, of course, I cannot call this code beautiful or this one. And if it is S, I don't understand what does S mean. This is not a beautiful code. Okay, see you then.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, bye bye.
Thank you.